We'll see.
Oh, yeah.
Alrighty, so I'm going to start with the presentation. It is already recording. Um, so let me just share my screen so that we can read the book. Okay, so good morning. Today we're going to be talking about water, but before I present the book that I'm going to be reading to you, I would like to ask you, what are some things that you know about water? Hmm.
I know we need it to stay alive. Just about everything on this planet needs it to stay alive.
All right, we needed to stay alive. And is it easy for us to get water?
It depends on where you live.
It depends on where you live. Okay. And for example, for at least I live in the desert. El Paso is a desert zone. So do you think that it would be easier for us to get water or not that much? What do you think?
Much more difficult.
A
Well,
little
you know,
harder.
yeah.
Yeah.
All righty. And do you think that water is, for example, accessible for everyone around the globe?
No, not at all.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, really good. So we're going to be reading the book We Are Water Protectors by Michaela Goyd. Okay, so I will be sharing my screen. And please let me know if you're able to see it. Yes? Okay. So it was illustrated by Michaela and it was written by Carol Lindstrom. So we are water protectors. Okay. So water is the first medicine, Nakamis told me. We come from water. It nourishes us inside of our mother's body as it nourishes us here on Mother Earth. Water is sacred, she said. We stand with our drums, with our songs and our drums. We are still here. The river's rhythm runs through my veins, runs through my people's veins. My people talk of a black snake that will destroy the land, spoil the water, poison plants and animals, wreck everything in its path. When my people first spoke of the black snake, they foretold that it wouldn't come for many, many years. Now the black snake is here. Its venom burns the land, courses through the water, making it unfit to drink. Take courage. I must keep the black snake away from my village's water. I must rally my people together. To stand for the water, to stand for the land, to stand as one against the black snake. We stand with our songs and our drums. We're still here. It will not be easy. We fight for those who cannot fight from themselves, the winged ones, the crawling ones, the four-legged, the two-legged, the plants, trees, rivers, and lakes. The earth, we are all related. Tears like waterfalls stream down, tracks down my face, tracks down my people's face. Water has its own spirit, Nakamis told me. Water is alive. Water remembers our ancestors who came before us, she said. We stand with our songs and our drums. We're still here. We're stewards of the earth. Our spirits have not been broken. We are water protectors. We stand. The black snake is in for the fight of its life. And that's it. All righty. So this is a very interesting story. I like it. I feel that everyone should care about water, right? So let me ask you some questions and let's share together what we learned from the story. So first of all, who do you think is telling the story? Who do we see in all of our illustrations or most of them?
I see the little girl, and it seems like it's coming from her point of view based off of her family stories that she's heard.
All right, really good. And is it, what type of community does she live in?
I assumed it was Native American.
Mm-hmm.
I also
Correct.
did.
Really good. And how did you come out with that? How did you know that she was Native American? Through what?
I based it off of some of her clothing and some of the accessories she was wearing. And just because of the way she told how, I don't remember the name, but I'm assuming it's her grandmother, the
Mhm.
word that she used, just off of the language as well.
Really good. Nakami, right? That was her
Yeah.
grandmother. Mhm.
And then the way they passed out stories and the illustrations of that storytelling process and the talking of the repeating of the we beat the drums, we're still here, that language too.
Really good. Excellent. Thank you. And let me ask you, in the story, we see a black snake. Is it a real black snake? No?
No.
What would it represent?
I believe it is the oil pipelines that it's representing, because then it said it was getting into like the water and poisoning it. And we've seen that situation happening currently and recently.
Really
Yeah,
good.
agreed.
Really good. Thank you so much. And it is correct. The black snake, it is actually the oil pipes that are contaminating not only native tribes, right? But big companies around the globe are constantly pouring waste in the water that we drink. And that affects everyone, as the little girl said, right? It was not only for us humans, but also animals and plants, everyone in the ecosystem. So I'm very glad that you were able to identify what the black snake was. And for our activity today, we are going to create a poster we are trying to be also water protectors, right? It's something that should be of our interest for everyone. So I'm going to share with you an example. I did this one on my own. So it says no more oil pipes, right? So with the materials that I would provide in the classroom or the library, if you can make your own poster, I'm going to give you about 5 minutes for you to create a poster, and then we're gonna share it with the class. Thank you. All right, thank you.
I got notebook, paper, and pen. It's not the best, but I try.
That's okay, that's fine. All righty, so we're ready?
I think so.
All righty, so who would like to start by sharing what they draw?
I'll go ahead.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
So I drew, can you guys see it? I might be kind of blurred a little bit.
Yes.
But I drew a snake, a rough snake. But it keeps like blurring the background, but then the picture
Yeah.
as well. It's like,
Awesome.
okay, but I'll explain it.
Okay.
But I drew a big snake, and underneath the snake, I wrote, "The black snake is killing our wildlife." And then around it, I drew kind of like little tombstones with oil spilling out of the snake to show what was happening.
All right, really good. Thank you. It's a really good illustration, even
Thank
though
you.
we started a little bit blurry.
Right.
Okay,
And-
I drew, it's a little poster and it says protect our land. And I did like little animals and trees and the world and the people.
All right, really good. That's very cute and creative. I like how you implemented the nature elements on the letters. Really good. Thank you. All righty. So yes, that's true. And I feel that this book, We Are Water Protectors, is it creates a very strong statement, right? And we are going to glue those posters around the school so that everyone can see them. You can talk to your parents about that at home, right? What we learned today and how there are some ways that we can protect our water, right? Not only fighting the big companies, but also at our house, right? So what are some ways that we could protect water in our own house or where we live? What do you think?
I could say we could try conserving it more just to help use less. So whenever you're not using it, like brushing your teeth, don't leave it on and running. Just turn it off until you're ready to use it at that time.
Really good.
And then I know we're like, especially where we are right now, it's a major drought. And so like watering the grass and making sure that you're following the guidelines of the city and,
Really
so we're not overwatering and all this.
Exactly. Really good. Excellent. Thank you. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to allow you to investigate on your own. I'm going to share with you a link, and in this link, you're gonna see different resources and videos that you can watch. So I'll show it to you first, and then I'll explain what we're going to do with it, okay? So is everyone able to see my screen? Okay, so in here we have a Padlet, and the name is We Are Water Protectors. In here we have different videos and read alouds of books that talk also about water. For example, we have Hey Water by Antoinette Ortiz, right? What is water pollution? Some more explanation of water pollution, and there are other resources. I'm going to give you about 5 minutes for you to select only one of the videos, look or watch the video, and on another piece of paper, you are going to draw everything that you learn from the story, We Are Water Protectors, and also from the video or read aloud that you're going to listen to, okay? So I'm going to give you in total about 10 minutes to do that. Are there any questions?
Can you put the Padlet in the chat? Okay.
Yes, I'm going to be sharing the link. Let me stop sharing so that I can share that with you. Let's see. Please let me know if you got it. Yeah, okay, excellent. Thank you. All right. So let me know if you have any questions throughout, okay? All righty, excellent. So we are ready. So who wants to start sharing what they learned from the video?
I'll go first this time.
All right.
So I watched the Hello Water little video, and it talked about all things water, all the different forms, where we see it, how to conserve it, what it looks like. So I just did a quick little sketch of all the different forms. And I love that the book sort of did opposites too. So that could be a whole different conversation for kindergartners. But so like up and down and trickle and calm and rough and fast and slow and then loud and quiet. And then it talked about like even that water is unseen and steam, and that it's solid and ice cubes and the snowflakes. And then it just took all forms, and it was like, thank you, water. It was cute.
Really good.
Cute. I watched the What is Water Pollution video. And I did a bunch of, it's gonna do the blur thing. There it goes. I did a bunch of little drawings that kind of like helped explain the different parts of the video. But it went over what is water pollution and explained how it is harmful and it contains toxic waste. And then it went over how it can happen. So it can happen naturally, but then it can also happen because of humans putting pollution within the planet. So it said like examples of natural waste were like from volcanoes and just like the ash and dust, and then animal waste, and then some of the human causes such as sewage, garbage, and then factories emitting pollution into the air with the burning of fossil fuels. And it even talked about how some of the diseases toxic waste and pollution could cause, such as hepatitis, which can then end up actually killing people in the end. So I found this actually really informative and a really interesting video.
All righty, I'm glad that we found the videos useful. I'm gonna leave them available to you in the school iPads and the library computers for you to check out the other videos that we did not have enough time to watch them, right? So thank you for sharing with me what you learned. I think that it is very important that we know what type of, as you said, of pollution there is, right? Or what affects us as a community and why is it important for us to protect the water. I will be also sharing with you different websites for further study for us to know what programs there are that we can get involved into so that we can know a little bit more about the water resources and how to protect them. So I will be sharing my screen, and I will be also sharing the links with you through the chat. Those are right there. And we are going to be looking at this one. This one is really fun to interact with. It has different games. You can spin the planet, right? We can explore the soap and the water science, or blue planet, the water cycle, how we discover our ocean and what animals are in there. We can also investigate freshwater and many, many other things that we can look at. You just click on the icon and it's going to take you to a game and videos, different videos where you can learn more from water. You also have, are you able to see my screen? Yes? Okay, good. And then we also have different games as finding the words, what is water, oceans and gulfs and tides, water and me, fast facts, and many, many other resources. And these two other resources are a little bit more informative. In here, it's going to show you different videos, fun activities. You can play games. It's gonna give you also tips for you to have in your house or how to protect the water a little bit more. So you can click on them and then you can go back. And we also have Water Sense for Kids. This one is a little bit more informative than the other three. In here, you can read about how we can save water, right? So by turning off the tap, the shower power, and many, many or much more information on those. There's also activity sheets. If you would like, you can tell your parents to print them for you and then you can play at home with those. Are there any questions so far?
No questions for me.
No questions? Okay. So just concluding what we learned from We Are Water Protectors, is water important for us?
Absolutely, yes. We all need it.
Alrighty. And would it be always available for us? Or, well, we have to take care of it, right?
Yeah. Right now it is, but it could end up not being available or as available.
Exactly, really good. And by reading this story, do you think that you have a different perspective of maybe the big corporations and the water pollution? Because I know that before reading this story, I wasn't so aware of the need that we need to take as a society, right? To stand for our water and for our communities. And I feel that that little girl was very brave, right? And we can be brave too as her to protect our water. So if there's no other questions, are there any questions before we leave?
No.
All righty, so then thank you for listening and participating. You were excellent students.
Thank you.
Yay, bye-bye.